Quick, press this button right now to download 40 gigs of RAM. Now, if you're familiar with computers, then you obviously know that this is not true. But there's still a lot of myths that people still believe to today. So today, we're going to talk about 7 PC myths that people still believe. Before we get into the video, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you never miss a video. It also helps me very much with the YouTube algorithm, so I greatly appreciate it. But let's not waste any more time. Let's get into the video. So the first myth that we're going to talk about that a lot of people still believe is that if your computer is slow, then you have a virus. Now, while having a PC virus can make your PC slower, it also could be an overloaded hard drive or just simply outdated software. Before assuming that it's a virus, make sure to go through and check off these first. Do you have enough RAM to run the programs that you have? Do you have a lot of programs that boot up when you start up your PC? Do you have a lot of background apps running while you're doing other processes? Or is your computer just old? If you're looking to speed up your PC, I made a video talking about 10 tips that can speed up your PC. It should be right here. I recommend you check out that video after this one. But before assuming that it's a virus, I recommend just going through the previous checklist before taking extreme measures. The next PC myth that we're going to talk about is actually a long debate that people have discussed over many years, and that is whether or not to regularly turn off your PC. Now, there's no real right answer here. Using your computer's sleep mode is a safe and effective way to make sure you're not turning it on and off regularly. Sleep mode also uses minimal power. Also, it's good to turn off your PC from time to time. The components in your PC have a lifespan, and turning off your PC will ensure that you get the most out of your components. Which brings us to our third myth that people still believe, and that is believing that viruses cannot get past your antivirus software. Now, while it's true that having an antivirus software is a good idea, it is not foolproof. Trust me, viruses are always evolving, and it's entirely possible that a virus can slip through your antivirus software just like that. The best way to protect yourself from these viruses is to make sure you go to a safe and secure sites. Make sure not to click on spammy or even suspicious links, and always use a trustful and secure antivirus software at all times. Follow these rules and you should be good. Speaking about viruses, this brings us to our fourth myth that people still believe, and that is seeing a padlock in a website means that the website is secure. And no, trust me, the website may be far from secure. The padlock simply means that the website has a connection to your PC and that the data is encrypted on both ends. The padlock does not mean the website is secure though, so be careful and make sure to follow the steps that I mentioned previously. And if you think you don't have anything that hackers could possibly want, let me ask you a few questions. Do you have any money? Do you have an identity that hackers can use and sell on the internet? Do you work for anybody? Hackers are always trying to get the advantage on people and use that information for their own gain. They can even steal your computer's processing power, turn it into a bot network, using it for a bridge to get into another company's website. Now, this is not to scare anybody out there. As long as you follow the instructions that I gave you, you will be good, trust me. Now, this brings us to our fifth myth that people still believe, and that is adding more RAM or having more cores is better. The reality is, it's complicated. The argument can go both ways. Now, adding more RAM does make your computer run faster because it doesn't have to rely on too much virtual memory. Not having this dependency will make your computer feel like it's running quicker. Cores, on the other hand, are kind of a mixed bag. High-end and quality cores will always outperform low-end and non-quality cores. However, there could be possible trade-offs. Better could mean different things to different people. While you could have a faster PC or a faster laptop, it could mean more battery life is being used. While more is better is not always typically true. And this brings us to our sixth myth that people still believe. And it's the oldest computer myth of all time. Mac versus PC. Mac being a superior iOS is like one of the most oldest myths in the book. Mostly due to their high price tag and their magic aesthetic that they have. Mac's computers can be seen as the holy grail for all computers. Many people still believe that Macs can't even get viruses, or that they're for professionals. The reality is, it's complicated. The argument can go both ways. For the vast majority of people, there are a few reasons why a PC might be a bad choice for somebody. But most of the time, it makes sense to choose a PC. Most of the softwares and programs that are developed nowadays are more compatible with PC. For those looking for a single task computer like video editing or graphic design, Mac might be the computer for you. Maybe there's a program that only Mac has that you need, or maybe you just like the design. It really comes down to a personal preference. Don't be fooled that either or is more superior than the other one. Which now brings us to our final PC myth. Myth number 7. Automatic updates always break your computer. Now, automatic updates are not as scary as they seem, guys. Some people go as far as disabling window updates and even browser updates because they're scared that their computer is going to break from them. And yeah, sometimes window updates do break a couple things. Overall, automatic updates are good. And let me tell you why. They close security holes and they keep your computer operating smoothly. While breakages are rare, security holes are your most biggest concern. It's usually best to make sure these automatic updates are enabled to make sure your softwares are all up to date and working fine. If you don't trust your program giving automatic updates, why are you running the process in the first place? And that's it for today, guys. Thank you so much for listening. Let me know in the comments, are there any other PC myths that I might have missed that people still believe? And also, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell to never miss a video. It helps me a lot in the YouTube algorithm, and I greatly appreciate it. I'm Marco the Martian, and it's been real. Peace!